Hi everyone, this is Marianne, and I hope you won't think I'm overly dramatic with my video title. I really just want to share with you this major change in my planning life. I have recently bought a new printer, and it's this one right here. It's the Brother HL-L2365DW, a monochrome laser printer that prints only in black and can print in duplex and can also print wirelessly. I do like Brother laser printers. I think they work really well and last a really long time with proper use and proper care. The toner is a little bit expensive, but they last a really long time and they have very high yield, so they are cheaper in the long run. I've had my old Brother printer for 8 years and it still works, except that it needs a new fuser box, which costs almost as much as a new printer, so I decided to buy a new one instead. I plan to use it for all my planner needs and my school and personal and occasional work needs. The thing about this printer is that it does not take Tomoe River paper at all, as you can see here. I have tried changing the settings for the paper and the feed and reducing curl and other possible settings that I can tweak, but none of that helped. However, I needed to print my August planner pages already, so I tried using a sheet from my Midori MD A5 notebook, and it worked perfectly. So I have decided to cut down another of my Midori MD A5 notebooks and use that paper for my planner pages. This is not the first time that I have cut down this notebook. I use this notebook as my journal, and then when I am done writing on every single page, I cut the pages down to personal sized, write down the page numbers on them, and then punch holes in them and put them in my archives. I will leave links to the relevant videos down below. I have also cut down this notebook to make an ink sampler book, and a video is also linked down below. I really like the paper of this notebook, and I showed in my review of it how it stands up to fountain pens, water brushes, and watercolor brush pens. As you all know by now, in my planner pages, I use the Zig Clean Color Real Brush pens for my Hyperdeck 7, and that's a very wet media, and I also prefer using 4 different fountain pens for writing down things on the rest of my planner pages in 4 different colors, so paper that can take those kinds of inks and pens are really crucial for me. Tomoe River paper is my paper of choice because it can handle all those, and an added benefit is that it is very thin as well, which is a good thing for me because I use day on 2 pages. I have been using Tomoe River paper since about January 2016, and it has always served me well. I used to use a Samsung laser printer for it, but I do not own that printer, and it is a very old printer and it started having problems recently. And I have also tried out the newer Samsung laser printers in stores, but the newer feeds don't take in Tomoe River paper either, and it's really the old Samsung laser printers that can take in thin paper like the Tomoe River paper. Of course, many inkjet printers can take Tomoe River paper without a problem, but I don't use inkjet because I prefer my printing to be waterproof always. So I must accept the reality that my new printer cannot take in Tomoe River paper, so I am going this way for now. By the way, the notebook that you can see me cutting down is the same one that I use for doing my fountain pen reviews. After taking enough number of sheets from the notebook, just enough to print my day on 2 pages for August, I took out my Fiskars paper trimmer, which I have also reviewed, and went ahead and cut the sheets down to exactly 95 by 171 millimeters, which is the Filofax personal sized paper, and then I punched the holes on those cut sheets. And then I went ahead and printed everything, and the entire printing was smooth and glitch free. Finally, here are the finished pages. We are just going to tip in the weekly task sheets to the right edge of every Sunday spread, like you have seen me do several times already. I have discussed the tip-ins in a different video, which I will link down below. By the way, you might want to watch or rewatch my video about the things that make my planning system easy to sustain. I will leave a link for you in the description box. In that video, I mentioned that one of the things that make my own planning system easy to sustain is the blank cream-colored personal-sized pre-punched Tomoe River paper with a Reimei Da Vinci brand that I regularly purchase from Kawaii Tokyo on Etsy. And I did rewatch my own video. My discussion there about the Tomoe River paper focused on two things: the affordability of it compared with a more expensive gridded Tomoe River paper, and the ability to DIY everything that goes into the layout of my planner pages, from the grid to the icons to the tweaking of the entire layout as needed. Now I can also do that with the Midori MD paper. This notebook is available locally, so I won't have to pay for shipping and customs, and it even turns out to be cheaper. One notebook costs 475 pesos, which is a little less than $9 US, and one notebook has 80 sheets, which is good for 2 months worth of my day on 2 pages, including the weekly tip-ins and a little bit more extra pages. On the other hand, one pack of the blank Tomoe River paper costs almost 400 pesos, plus shipping of over 200 pesos, which goes to almost 700 pesos in total, plus customs, and the pack has 100 sheets. But that's a very small quantitative advantage over the Midori MD notebook hack. That said, I will be losing one important aspect of the Tomoe River paper, which is paper thinness. I do appreciate being able to fit in up to 3 months worth of day on 2 pages into my planner without it being too bulky, and I will be losing that now. However, I cannot print on Tomoe River paper, and until I find a printer that actually does, I will be using the Midori MD paper, and that's okay. I kind of miss using thicker paper. It will be a little bit of a nostalgic shift for me. I have used ordinary ivory colored paper from July 2013 up until January 2016, and then I was on the Tomoe River paper from that time until, well, today, and now I have shifted to the next paper in the evolution of my planning system. Just a couple of days ago, I ordered 8 packs of the Tomoe River paper, which should have lasted me an entire year of day on 2 pages, but that was before I bought this printer, so it will be bittersweet for me to unbox that when it arrives, but I will hold on to that incoming paper anyway. Who knows, maybe I will be able to use it again in the future for my planner pages. Here is the difference in thickness between the Tomoe River paper and the Midori MD paper. This is my July 2018 day on 2 pages with the tipped-in weekly task sheets on Tomoe River paper. It is about 3.5 millimeters thick. My August 2018 day on 2 pages with the tipped-in weekly task sheets on the Midori MD paper is a tad over 5 millimeters thick. Not really a deal breaker. I can shift to a binder with slightly bigger rings. Right now, I am still on the Filofax Savannah that I have set up for 2018. I will leave a link to the setup video down below, but now, halfway into the year, it's time for a change. Let's see. If you have any questions, please leave them for me down below in the comments and we'll talk there. Thanks for watching. Bye!